So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute, right? Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Y'all remember that creepy movie with Denzel falling. Touch somebody and he jumped from one body to the next body. Super crazy. But the title of this video, man, is The Power of Time. The Power of Time. And the best way I could describe what I think this video is going to be about is, you ever heard of the story of the doctor's office that set the burger in the little encasement for a long period of time? And they watched, I think it was a McDonald's burger, and they watched what it did over a period of time and how scary that was to see the end results. You know what I mean? How things look over time is insane. You know what I mean? Especially food. You know what I mean? To let you know what you're ingesting in your body. So we're going to get into this video. If you're new to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button. Join the fam. All right? And let's check it out.
Time has the power to change just about everything. And seeing its effects unfold right before your eyes can be a truly mind-bending experience. From the real effects of too much video gaming to what a decade looks like on Mars, let's explore some astounding sights that demonstrate the incredible power of time.
What's crazy is these kids don't even know about Miss Pac-Man. What? Now, I ain't gonna sit here and be like, yo, I was the best. You know what I mean? No, I wasn't. But I know about Pac-Man.
In the space of just 3 years, this lake straight up disappeared, being replaced by a brand new landscape of wildlife. While the photos may look like two completely unrelated locations, the tree line in the distance remains the same, like a signpost through time. Of course, lakes don't just disappear without reason, and a lack of adequate rainfall over time emptied this particular lake out, turning it into a fertile paradise. It's a change that's certainly growing on me. But dried up lakes don't always look so lush and green. Bolivia's second largest body of water, Lake Popo, disappeared in 2016 after recurring droughts dried up all the salt water, as you can see in this satellite image comparison. What was once a vast waterscape is now a white flat of crusted salt and rusting fishing boats, stretching as far as the eye can see.
Now, coming from a small town that I came from, this wasn't uncommon to see growing up. You know what I mean? You may start off elementary school, you knew this pond, you passed by this pond on the school bus all the time. You even look out the window at it, just gazing out on the school bus. Then you get to high school, and by the time you get to high school, that pond is like dried up, bro. It's just a memory. This wasn't uncommon where I'm from.
There's a chance it may recover in the future, but only time will tell. While some environmental changes can occur in mere months, other processes take their time, as shown in this ingenious 100-year time-lapse of the Mer de Glace. Located in the French Alps, this stunning moving glacier was first photographed over a century ago by Edward Spelterini. In 2017, those photographs were 3D modeled, rendered, and cross-compared with modern images of the same region, showing the path the glacier carved through the mountains over a century. How cool is that? When it comes to the effects of nature over time, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better example than this image from St. Andrew's Churchyard of Grimsby, Ontario, Canada. This gravestone, thought to be from the 1800s, has slowly been consumed by a neighboring tree. Because most trees can't move their roots, they sometimes have to grow around solid objects in their way. So don't leave your bike chained up to the local oak for too long, or this might happen. Canada is also home to this unique example of the power of time. This stately limestone column, located at a busy intersection in downtown Toronto, has helped support the Victorian-era building for over 125 years. But as patrons and pedestrians have touched it, leaned on it, or rubbed against it, the soft rock has slowly been worn down into an almost unrecognizable shape. So if you want your...
Come on, man, we pay our taxes. Why they ain't taking care of this, bro? You know what I mean? Or the business, or whoever is supposed to take care of this need to take care of that. That looks dangerous. Fam. Like, I don't even see no additional support where they're like, all right, we see this happening. Let us put up some kind of brace to. No, not nothing.
For stone pillar to have a little more character, just ask your friends to rub it for you.
How you go to certified burger and the entire time you looking over his shoulder? Because I'd be looking at that post every 5 seconds. Like, come on, fam, could you hurry up with my burger, please? I gotta get out of here for this building collapse. Like, for real.
Maybe I could have phrased that a little better. Speaking of unusual shapes, this old 2003 Apple keyboard is displaying some serious wear and tear.
Dang.
It's not just the symbols on the keys that have been worn off. The sheer amount of typing on certain high-usage keys has worn them down to the point where they look like they've been melted. Almost 20 years of furiously typing emails or searching for cat videos is likely to blame. Either that or the keyboard owner's fingers are extra hot. From the outside, Italy's famous Leaning Tower of Pisa looks like a victim of time already. But the inside...
What's scary is to see people... Look up here, bro. Look up to this floor here. That's scary to see people walking on that Leaning Tower, fam. I cannot lie to you. Do I want to go there? Absolutely. Is that on one of my destinations? Absolutely. But just seeing this zoomed out view of it right now, just to see people just walking around, that's insane.
His famous Leaning Tower of Pisa looks like a victim of time already. But the inside is where it gets interesting. This iconic landmark has seen so much foot traffic over the years that its marble stairs spiraling up to the top have been worn down by people's footsteps. Different levels of wear are found depending on how steep that part of the building's lean is, as this affects how people walk and stand. A few more years and that set of stairs will make a fantastic slide. But it's not just foot traffic that can wear down steps. Just take a look at this image. While it may look like the stairwell carved into this rock has been worn down by visitors, the deep puddle marks in each step tell a different story. The curved holes and smooth edges of the stairwell indicate that rain runoff and maybe even flooding of the nearby creek has played a part in slowly eroding it over time. Either that or someone didn't read the wet concrete sign back when planet Earth was being formed. Some people just can't resist petting a nearby dog, even if it's a statue. This brass dog in one of Moscow's metro stations shows considerable wear from passing patrons who have rubbed this good boy's nose for luck. But he's not the only one. This statue of Greyfriars Bobby, a famous dog who reportedly guarded his owner's grave in Scotland for 14 years, has a similarly shiny snout. And rightly so. A good boy like that certainly earned a few.
See what y'all nasty unwashed fingers have done, man, and hands. Y'all just rubbing it, like, come on, bro. Clean yourself.
Few nose rubs. But not all dogs can look pristine forever. These portraits by Amanda Jones capture dogs in their youth as puppies directly compared to their years as senior dogs. Like this image of Amanda's dog Lily the Dachshund, captured on the left at just 8 months old compared to 15 years old on the right. Time may have changed the fluff of her coat, but it certainly hasn't worn down the effect of those puppy dog eyes. While some pups look too cute to be capable of any wrongdoing, this dog has certainly caused a lot of trouble. Over time, leaning out the window of his owner's truck has put more than a few scratch marks on the paintwork. This dangling dog has done it so often that it's been worn down all the way to the metal underneath. Maybe the dog just really hates the color red. Despite having been around the block a few times, classic retro games like Pac-Man can still be addictive and fun. This unusual TV screen proves that fact better than anything. The owner played Pac-Man on it so much that the map of the game was burned into the CRT TV screen.
Fam, whoever did this, you're the kid that our parents warned us about. I mean, you're the kid that our parents gave the example. Oh, you're going to be that kid that never does nothing, just grow up playing video, which they didn't know, by the way, would eventually turn lucrative. But you were that kid that they were alluding to that spent all this. That's bro, you imprinted the game on the TV. Yo, you better be the best Pac-Man player to ever live. Yo, I didn't even think that was possible. You got bump thousands of hours, fam. You got hundreds of thousands of hours, bro. Millions of hours.
This is known as screen burn-in or ghost image, caused by long-term use of a specific non-uniform pattern of screen pixels. Older electronic displays can hold the ghost image even when the system isn't turned on, or even, in this case, when it's totally detached. I really hope that high score was worth it. Now, retro video games are great and all, but alcohol arguably holds the title when it comes to getting better with age.
I think I'm gonna get me and Queen one of those, man. I messed up one day. I saw one, and like, you know, the little kiosks in the middle of the malls. I saw one. Somebody have like the little Super Nintendo game. It looked like the Super Nintendo, but it had all of the old school games from the NES, all that. And all we look for is to play like the old school Marios, and she like the duck hunt every now and then. Like I should have bought that then. And I was like, I'll come back maybe and see if she wanted, because she wasn't with me. I was by myself. And I was like, man, you know what I mean? I'll go back and when she was like, why didn't you buy that? I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to get it and go back. And it wasn't there no more. I was hurt, man. They had all the games on there. I was hurt, man.
These images from the Glengoyne Distillery in Scotland demonstrate the procedure for aging whiskey in casks over 30 years. Each bottle shows the alcohol another year into the aging process. The casks are made from different types of oak that once held sherry or bourbon, and the aging whiskey gradually absorbs the color and flavor from the cask. Evaporation can also be seen accurately represented over this time frame, as around 2% of the whiskey's total volume escapes as vapor through the porous barrels each year. In the industry, all that lost whiskey is known as the Angel Share, and with a name like that, it sounds like heaven's going to be one hell of a party. Many organizations claim they get good business, but this store can really prove it. The bell next to the door of this shop has knocked against the wood so many times that it's worn a hole right through the top. The store is located next to a university campus, so that amount of business isn't surprising. Although it's not the only thing worn down by eager students.
That's when somebody be like, yo, man, we heard about this place. How long y'all been around? You just point to that. And I'll look at that and I'll be like, oh. Y'all been around a minute. Y'all been around a long time.
This photo of the worn down door handle from Michigan Student Union show how most students over the years have vastly preferred the right-hand door. It could be because most students are right-handed, or that they walk on the right side down the hall once they enter. Either way, they certainly seem to have a handle on things. While some things wear down over time, others build up, like the mineral deposits in this pipe. Believe it or not, that thick crystal-like layer built up in just 6 months. But how is that possible? Well, this pipe was used to transport water from a natural thermal spring to a swimming pool. The geothermal water itself is full of minerals, which are gradually deposited, crystallizing into clumps inside the pipes. It's a very similar process to how crystal-filled caves form in nature. Only a crystal block pipe ruining your pool time is a lot less awe-inspiring. It doesn't take a road markings expert to know that guide tracks over crosswalks definitely shouldn't look like this. But this mess isn't intentional, nor is it the result of a shaky-handed painter. In reality, the passing of many cars on a hot summer day has made this once straight track too crooked to guide anyone. Over time, hot temperatures have heated up the asphalt and paint, making it more malleable. It's then been gradually dragged in different directions by passing cars, leaving their imprints on the road markings. That really puts the drag in drag race. And while we're at it, why don't you drag your finger or cursor, I don't discriminate, over to those like and subscribe buttons and give them a click. Go on, I know you can do it. I believe in you. But time doesn't just hold power over Earth. We can see its effect on Mars too. The Mars rover, which landed on the red planet in 2004, went equipped with a camera. After 10 years of hard work, its anniversary photo shows the changes the planet has made to the rover's base area. Red dust now coats the once shiny solar panels, and the rocks around the base have been exposed by wind. When your little robot arms can't use a mop and bucket, what a difference a decade on Mars can make.
Yeah, it's a local now. You know how when you move somewhere and people be like, the locals here do that? But then after you be there 4, 5, 6 years or whatever it is, they be like, man, you ain't from out of town no more. You part of us. You a local now. That's what that thing is now. Fam. I'm interested to know what we've learned, though, since then. Since that 2004 to now. What have we learned?
Looks like the red planet's first colony is going to need a pressure washer. Back on planet Earth now, and while there's no red dust, the weather in Texas still managed to break down the color of this soda can left exposed to the elements. The technical term for this kind of color fading is photodegradation, where ultraviolet rays and sunshine break down the chemical bonds and pigments, fading the color of an object. The can had been sat in that cup holder for about 2 years, and only the parts of the can exposed to the sun were faded. Well, it's either that or Coca-Cola have done some terrible rebranding. Here's an image that tells a heartwarming story. That brick corner wall forms part of the exterior of a bike store which has been around for approximately 30 years. Customers visit with their bikes and many of them park up on the exact same corner. As countless pedals of happy customers have struck the same bricks, part of the corner has slowly worn down into a groove, making it an even better home for parked up pedals. Time certainly made sure to take a chip off this old block. If you're going to fly a flag, you might want to double check your hoisting equipment to ensure your flag doesn't literally go a-flying. At least that's the conclusion drawn from this incredible example of wear and tear. This hook came from a flagpole that had been in use for over 20 years. As the flag waved and flapped in the wind, the rope wore down the metal of the hook until it was dangerously close to breaking loose and flying away.
Now this is scary for several reasons, right? Imagine a prisoner. Y'all see already where I'm headed with. Look at that and think about a prisoner. He ain't trying to get out today. He ain't trying to get out tomorrow. He just know eventually he gonna get out. May take him years. But look what that did to that. And start thinking about exactly. I ain't even gotta go full in depth. Wow. Maybe we don't need to let nobody see this.
If I were the owner of this hook, I'd just be grateful I didn't accidentally take it with me on a mountain expedition.
Ooh, that'd be bad. That'd be super bad.
There are over 46,000 convenience stores dotted about Great Britain, and while a lot of them look similar, you can see how this one stands out. This store found in London has 2 distinct patches on the floor that show where people have been standing and waiting to pay over the course of years. It's an amazing example of how a negligible amount of force, in this case people simply standing in the same spot, can have a surprisingly substantial effect over a long time. Either that or the cashier is extremely slow. But that worn down shop floor is nothing compared to the devotion of Buddhist monk Hua Chi, whose exact footprints have been ingrained into the wooden floor of his temple. For over 20 years, this man has prayed at the exact same spot in Tongren, China, reciting and practicing.
No. When he say the exact same spot, these feet tell me he meant literally the exact same spot. Look at that, fam. You can get, you don't know your shoe size? Nah, man. You can go right there and figure out what his shoe size is, if he's ever worn shoes. Like, I'd be interested to see the bottom of his feet, bro. That's crazy.
Sing up to 3,000 prayers a day. This drawn-out dedication has worn those perfect prints of his feet over an inch deep in some places into the wooden floor. His dedication has quite literally left its mark.
That's the type of dedication I strive to have, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I have dedication, but I'm always looking to take it a notch above, step it up some more. This here, yeah, that just raised the bar right there.
Some marks of time passing can prove to be a little more destructive than others, like this scorch line burned into dry grass. While there's no arsonist to blame, the cause of the burn comes from the glass bowl of the light above it. As the sun passes overhead, the spherical shape of the glass creates a point of intense heat by focusing the sunlight onto one small patch. Kinda like a bratty kid killing ants with a magnifying glass. But as the sun changes position in the sky, the patch moves until it's out of the glass orb's focus. To avoid a scorched lawn like this, may I suggest lampshades. What can I say? I'm full of bright ideas. While Old Father Time is responsible for a lot of change, Mother Nature also has a shared hand in speeding along some of the more drastic transformations, like those of Zlatni Rat Beach in Croatia. Back in 2018, a powerful storm managed to shift huge amounts of the beach's sand, turning the straight tip into an almost 90-degree bend virtually overnight. This natural, Golden Cape's iconic protrusion into the sea makes it susceptible to changes from high winds and strong waves. Funnily enough, this has happened on several occasions, and the beach has been transformed into numerous incredible hook-like shapes over the years. Gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, the sands of time. Which real-world phenomena
I ain't gonna lie, I was so captivated by that blue water. Who else? Who else was thinking, I need a vacation? Just get me to a vacation, man. I'll do the rest. I mean, still phenomenal, by the way, but that clear water just is like breathtaking, relaxing, and anything else you can use to describe it, bro. I need a vacation bad. I need one, especially after this week I've had. But not trying to bore you with my problems. So, but y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you thought of this video, man. The power of time. The power of time. Y'all let me know. All right? And stick around and stay tuned, man. Until the next one, I'm gone. Peace.